This video is going to be on the ALEKS topic, solving a decimal word problem using a linear equation in the form of ax plus b equals c. Now, you might be used to a different type of linear expression, y equals mx plus b, right? You know that as slope-intercept form. Now, honestly, this here, ax plus b equals c, is really the same thing if you look at it. We're just taking y equals mx plus b, and we're flipping the sides, right? And you're writing it as mx plus b equals y, but m isn't going to be m in this case. M is the value before x, and here that value is a. So think of the slope or the rate of change as a in this case, right? B is still b, the beginning or the base, and then c is your answer here or your output. So you're just thinking that y is the same thing as c. So don't be confused by this ax plus b equals c just because you haven't used those variables. It's just basically saying that it's linear, okay? That's the part that's important to focus on. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this. All right, let's go ahead and look at this problem. Scott rented a truck for one day. There was a base fee of $14.99, and there was an additional charge of 88 cents for each mile driven. Scott had to pay $234.11 when he returned the truck. For how many miles did he drive the truck? So we're solving for how many miles, right? How many miles? You always want to find, let me do this in a different color. You always want to find that question word, like how. How many miles? So since we want to know how many miles, that's our variable. Our variable is x for miles. So x equals miles, and then our c, which is like our y as we just described, is our total cost, okay? So a, notice a is next to x. So the way that you figure out which one of these is a and which one of these is b, remember we said this is our total because it had to pay $234.11. That's how much we had to pay at the end. And then how you figure out which one's a and which one's b? Well, the difference is that a is in front of the x. So which one goes with the miles, right? Let's see, this is a base fee of $14.99. Does that matter how many miles you drove? No. This is 88 cents for each mile. This word each, or sometimes you'll see the word per, that's a big hint that this is going to be the coefficient of the x. Now here this is 88 cents, remember. That means that we write it like this. That's 88 cents. If you want to put a zero in front, you can, but you don't have to. So this right here, this is our a value. And that word each and that word mile is what told us that. Now the base fee, or I like to think of it as what you begin with, this doesn't change, right? This is a constant. No matter what, no matter how many miles you drive, you're still going to be charged $14.99 just to start off with this truck. So let's go ahead and let's plug in these values and let's solve for how many miles. So a, 0.88, x plus b, and if this was a negative value for some reason, like if you were starting underwater or if you were starting owing money, this could be negative technically, equals c. And your c value is $234.11. All right, so let's go ahead and solve for x. This is just a two-step equation with decimals. So the first thing that we would do to both sides is subtract $14.99. Which will give you, let's see, this take away 15 would be a 19, right? So this would be $219 right? If you add back $15 to that, you'd get 34. And we're taking away $14.99, so it's like we're putting back 1 cent almost. We're taking away 15 and then adding 1 back, right? So this should be $219.12, right? Oh, sorry, this should be written down here. Let's write it in red what we have. This should be $219.12. And this is us doing both sides. We're taking away $14.99. There you go. I think that's more clear. All right, so we're subtracting $14.99 from both sides, and that's what we get on the right. These cancel out on the left, and you'll have 0.88x without the $14.99 now. All right, so one more step to get x by itself. This right here is multiplication, so we have to do the inverse operation, which is divide. So we're dividing both sides by 0.88. Let's go ahead and do that on our calculator. And in these types of problems, they'll usually give you a whole number as your answer. And if you don't get a whole number, you might want to check your arithmetic and make sure that you did it right. So this is 219.12 divided by 0.88. And you get a whole number, 249. So if x is 249, what does that mean in this context? It means that this person drove the truck 249 miles, because x stands for miles.